All right, well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for listening in, and welcome to the third Central Region 2009 Lead Class webinar. We hope that you're able to join us for the first two webinars entitled Servant Leadership and Core Values. This webinar will focus on the topic Power versus Authority. On a daily basis, we experience or encounter both of these in one form or another. By understanding what power and authority are, we can try to become better authoritative leaders, both in our offices and at home. Before we begin this topic, we would like to take a moment to introduce ourselves. My name is Ashley Novak, and I am a meteorologist at the National Weather Service office in Wilmington, Ohio.
I'm Liz Stopcutty. I'm a scale assistant forecaster at the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma.
I'm Jeff Boyne, meteorologist at the National Weather Service in La Crosse.
And I'm Katie Branham, meteorologist at Riverton, Wyoming.
Today we are going to begin our topic discussion on power and authority by first defining what power and authority are. A power leader, like this blizzard in the upper picture, can often lead to destruction. An authoritative leader, however, like our calm lower picture, wants the best for their office and home. After defining the definitions of power and authority, we will cover who has power and authority and how power and authority influences the workplace and home. This will lead to how you can build authority. And to close out our power and authority section, we will have a power, authority, and you discussion. This discussion will be based on the questions we sent out a few weeks ago asking for your power and authority examples. Please be thinking of your responses as we go through this presentation, as we will be asking offices to share their experiences during the discussion section. Finally, we will see what Johnny has been up to and what is coming next in LEAD. What is it that we think of when we talk about power and authority? Who decides which one we choose? And what are the results of those choices? First, Jeff will discuss what power and authority are.
Power is defined in many ways in literature. However, for the webinar, we'll be using author James C. Hunter's definition of power that he used in the book entitled The Servant. In this book, Hunter defined power as the ability to force or coerce someone to do your will, even if they choose not to because of your position or your might. Like power, there are many definitions of authority. The following definitions are from James C. Hunter's book The Servant and Gus Lee's Courage. Hunter stated that authority is the skill of getting people to willingly do your will because of your personal influence. Lee said authority is ethically inspiring others to be their best selves so that they can act for what is right. Now that we've both defined power and authority, let's take a closer look at the differences between these two leadership styles. First, power leaders ultimately believe that one way to gain and maintain the power over others is through the use of intimidation. The goal is to make others feel inadequate, unsure of themselves, and fearful. The most obvious ways of doing this is through yelling at a person, belittling them in front of others, and threatening punishment. They may even take credit for other people's ideas in front of others. Even humor can be used as a form of intimidation. Put-down humor serves as a way to create a we-them and a win-lose mentality. Over time, intimidation erodes credibility, damages relationships, causes feelings of resentment, and results in decline of motivations and creativity. In contrast, an authoritative leader believes that it's very important to develop personal relationships with those around them. This can be done through listening intently to others, showing them empathy, being predictable, holding people accountable, and mentoring those around them. They may even use humor to lift up others. This ultimately makes others feel safe that they can learn from their mistakes. Over time, this builds a bridge of personal trust and respect. Another difference between the two leadership styles is how they believe information should be communicated. A power leader ultimately believes that information is power. Even as kids, we knew that having the inside scoop is cool, and we felt important if we had the information that others didn't have. If information is power, then being kept out of the loop ultimately leaves you both on the powerless and also in the dark. Meanwhile, authoritative leaders believe that it's important to share the big picture. They believe that everyone should know what is going on so they can work towards a common goal. They never use information withholding as a power tool. However, building an information-rich culture can be very challenging. After all, there are times when they may be privy to information that they cannot simply share with others. In these situations, they'll tell others that they are not at liberty to share it, and also why. For example, the information is sensitive or proprietary, or I've been asked to keep it confidential and I need to honor that request. Another contrast between the two leadership styles is where their motivation originates. Power leaders are ultimately directed by their egos and what they can achieve personally. They're always looking for ways that they can continue to climb to the next higher rung in the organizational ladder structure. They will always look out for those individuals that can make them look good and also help them advance up the corporate ladder. Meanwhile, an authoritative leader is motivated by desire to serve others and help them succeed. They recognize the importance of bench strength on their team. The military perhaps exemplifies the value in expecting officers to teach their subordinates how to do their jobs. In the case of a battlefield loss of a leader, succession planning starts with offering all employees the opportunity to grow in their job and also learn new skills. They believe that potential leaders in their office need to be nurtured, coached, and invested in. They also take the time to develop others to grow into higher levels of responsibility. They even give their colleagues opportunities to attend meetings that they might not normally be invited to. Lastly, they find projects where someone can co-lead and coach someone through the process. Finally, each one of the two leadership styles believe that handling problems differently. A power leader ultimately believes that his or her viewpoints are the best, so there is actually no need to listen to others. As a result, they tend to just spout out orders and expect other subordinates to follow them blindly. In contrast, authoritative leader automatically responds to any problem by listening first. Listening is a paramount skill in developing solutions that they have to buy in for the entire organization. Effective leaders are never known for quick solutions that they come up with on their own in isolation, such as a power leader. They ultimately believe that it is important to seek input from everyone when making decisions. This includes those with viewpoints which may differ significantly from their own. This makes them aware of all the potential issues that may result from going in a particular direction.